good discussionary stuff.
You got it. Are you done yet?
Am I done yet?
Well, you were playing with all your toys.
Well, yeah, I'm playing with stuff. Hey, I think we're live.
Are we going
hey,
live?
Hey guys, how are you? Back for Live at the Range, as always.
It'll be much quieter here today. Sam's not with us. Where is Sam?
She is with us. She's hiding in our office because...
I like it when she's here and gives us feedback on our comments.
Yeah, I know. Now we have to lean on
so
Phil.
So I know to stop shaking my leg, tapping my pin.
Yeah, I mean... That was
Turn your
Phil's
radio off,
by the way. That was not me. I don't have my I don't know what happened to my radio. It disappeared.
Nice T-shirt.
Yeah, look at that. So they were a little more popular than I thought.
Bird on the barrel.
If you are a member and you haven't gotten your Eagles on the Best shirt, we have a bunch more coming. Probably looking another week or so before we get those.
Yeah, we'll run that into next month if we have to. Make sure that everybody gets an opportunity.
And then those that bought one or need to buy more, let us know because we got at least one more batch coming. And if it's something you guys want to bring and keep, we'll keep them here all summer long. So, but that is our mob giveaway. So free T-shirt, get half price on the second one. So. They've been really well received.
Another reason to be a member. That's a $25 shirt they get for free.
And it's super comfy. I got one for my daughters, and my youngest is 10.
She worked at
She
school.
put it on Friday and would not take it off all weekend. I finally got her to take it off Monday morning because she had to go to school. And I said, no, you've been in that shirt 3 days. You can't wear a dirty shirt to school. And she's...
Well, they can, but...
Don't tell her that, okay? Like, let's just not tell her that. She's 10, and
Mom
I don't get it.
Like,
I'm having to cut deals, so she's...
Tell me what's here, because I keep looking. I keep wanting to play with this.
So
you've already got somebody asking about it.
Yeah. So this is we have a clear gun here.
You're clear.
This is my abomination of a bunch of different stuffs.
Wait a minute. Is that a? It almost looks like a Smith upper on a Glock lower.
No, this is actually a VDI, Voodoo Innovations, subsidiary of Adams Arms.
So you do own a Glock?
I technically now own a Glock, yes, because I've got a Gen 2 lower on there, VDI upper. But the coolest part is the new Holosun 507C.
Those are nice.
Solar on top. It does have a battery in there. I don't know if you can see through there and see the actual optic reticle on there. Phil?
I'm trying to zoom in on it, but I can't see the reticle.
No? I don't know if I'm holding it.
It's there.
But anyway, that's way too tight. But it's got their shake awake technology, so when it can go to sleep and any movement and it wakes back up. 50,000 hours.
If I'm carrying that in a holster, it's pretty much going to be on.
It's going to be on all the time.
I'm walking around with it.
It's got an auto setting on there, so it'll automatically dim or brighten. It comes with a pick rail adapter base as well. The adjustment deals, the battery cap remover, all that good stuff. I was able to literally take the screws out of the package and literally mount it straight on. It was like
way it ought to be.
No grinding, no nothing funky like some of them other companies. But really super simple. Took it downstairs, put 40 rounds through it, 50 rounds through it, just kind of getting it all dialed in and zeroed in. Really easy. Adam grabbed it. MSRP is like $300 for the red version, $340 or so for the green version. Yep. We have our order in, and literally this was one of the first ones to get here, so I'd snatch that one up. I called dibs first. We will be putting this thing through a bunch of abuse. If anybody knows me, they know that I don't do things nicely.
And the plan is even to get one of those on a gun downstairs so you can get your hands on one and see how it feels. Yeah. I will tell you, I've got a dot on one of my pistols, and it does, there's a little bit of a learning curve on finding the dot because I'm so used to looking for the front sight.
Now this one's a little bit different though. Try that out. You got the circle and the dot on there. So when you go to lift it up, instead of having just a dot that wanders all over, you got this great big circle. So I find it very easy to see where it, and I mean, I'm an M&P shooter, so going to a Glock, that grip angle is totally different. And so when I drive it up, I'm always high. So I can see the dot high and instantly bring it right back down.
I did exactly the same thing, and it's nice.
Yeah,
this is really
I
nice.
really like it so far. And I've got a Holosun 510 on my Mutant, which has that same circle dot solar amazingness.
Still has a battery in it, right? It's just
still has a battery in there
solar
on the mid setting, because there's like something like 14 different brightness settings on the manual mode, 10 settings on the manual mode, something like that. But it is 50,000 hour battery life at the midway setting, and then with the solar panel. Confusing, but there's a capacitor in there. So
flux capacitor?
Not a flux capacitor. I asked. They said it's still in development. I don't know if you can get it up to 88 miles an hour, but I digress. The solar panel charges the capacitor. The capacitor will run the optic for approximately 24 hours. So ultimately, as long as it sees light each day, you really don't have to have the battery in there.
You're not going to use the battery.
But when it does run on the battery, it's 50,000 hour battery life. So it does have.
I was wondering if you can change the dot.
Yes, you can go from a dot to a circle and a dot. So you got 3 different reticle options in there.
Tell you what, at that price point, and we're seeing this more and more. So the MOS versions, Glock does MOS, and we move a lot of those Glock 19 MOSs.
Yeah, Smith & Wesson's got their core.
People are setting these up as carry guns,
right?
Because these optics are so fast and they're beginning to be so affordable. It's a great
and robust
and very robust. This is a great carry unit. Right? Well, you threaded barrel and everything on it, but I absolutely could see myself going, with something with an MOS system on it, popping a Holosun on it, making that my everyday carry gun. Mm-hmm. I like it.
Yeah, I really like it.
But
this isn't like you said, they're becoming more and more popular.
Yeah.
And the standard RMR mounting.
Yeah.
So this slide I've had for a couple of years. I got it when VDI first came out with the Glock slides 2 years ago, and I picked the one with the RMR cut because I was like, I'm going to get an RMR. Well, here it is 2 years later, still haven't got an RMR.
Yeah,
but the Holosun has the RMR mounting, so mounts right up, nice and firm.
I like it. And this is not the only Holosun model that we're going to have in.
We've got the 507s in green and red. We've got the 510s. Which is the other big EOTech looking thing. We've got 503s, which is their standard, more compact dot, great for RMRs.
Mm-hmm. What's the one you run on your shotgun, Phil?
That's the 503.
503. Yep.
Yeah.
I ordered 2 of those to run on my
we got greens
shotguns.
and reds and
now I'm thinking one of them is going on an AR pistol instead of the shotgun, so I got to get another one. That one's hot because it's a shake awake system. You talk about a great option for like your home defense shotgun or your home defense AR.
Yeah.
When you can just grab that thing and when it senses the movement, it comes on.
Yeah, and
that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's
and
awesome,
then auto off to save battery life.
And battery life, like you don't really even need to save battery life on them either, because 50,000 on the smaller ones, 50,000 on some of their other ones, 100,000 on some of their dots.
Yeah,
so
it's awesome.
I mean, you're talking about like 10 years, between 5 and 10 years, a battery will last. So if you're like most of us that have kind of gotten accustomed to running dots, on the first of the year, a swap battery's over, and so you take a bunch of batteries out, swap them over, and then take all those batteries that weren't really bad and throw them back into your bag, your range bag, so that if a battery does die on you or somebody else, at least you got something that it's running for a year on a battery that has 5 years life. Should be all right for somebody else to get through a match or something. So
we'll keep an eye on us on Facebook and Instagram. We'll be posting up as soon as those hit the floor, but they should be here pretty quickly.
Yeah. Another stuff, we got a bunch of fun stuff as always.
So let's do the schedule, the calendar real quick.
Girls Just Want to Have Guns tonight.
Sold out.
Sold out for tonight, but show up, sign up for next month. I think there's still a couple of spots left over.
Last I looked, there were only 5 spots left for next month.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get on there. We should have the one up for the month after. That would be what, June? Yep. So start jumping into June. Ladies, get a group of friends together, show up. It's an absolute blast. 2-gun point series starts tomorrow. We just launched the video yesterday. I don't know what Dustin did. I think he hid that rifle, so none of us can play with it. I was totally going to break it out and show you guys that today too, but give Dustin a bunch of hell because I think he swiped it on us and hid it. But awesome rifle from Rise Armament. Their competition model, 16-inch barrel, a battle-worn and battle-beaten finish. It is awesome.
It is really cool.
Awesome. It's got their new 140 flat trigger in there.
Yep. And that trigger is very affordable. What is it, 170?
Yeah, like 125, 150 bucks, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it is dirt cheap, and it is phenomenal. I'm running that in my 14.5 build, the curved one, because they didn't have the flat one out. They just kept teasing it at that point.
I like curved better than flat, anyway.
So anyway, on to the difference there. So Rise is doing awesome stuff. We've got a bunch of great sponsors for the entire Rise 2-gun series, but Rise themselves has really stepped up. So each month at the match, somebody's going to go home with a $50 gift certificate to Rise Armament. So on top of the prize table at the end of the year, every month you're going to have a chance to win a $50 gift certificate. And Dustin and I may have a couple of fun ways to use them. And sometimes, Sam, find it. Look at that thing. Look at that. That is beautiful. Nickel boron.
Seriously, this is G.I. Joe's rifle, right?
I don't know if it's G.I. Joe's rifle. I mean, you're talking about something GI. That's a lot nicer than GI. Definitely set up for more of the competitive advantage there.
Can you see that? You want me to hold it still?
Okay.
But they had a lot of fun building this thing, from what they were telling Dustin. So they wanted to do something special for the series. So they did a whole bunch of beat. What do we got over there?
Man, we just got to start talking.
Like more friends.
I got to do the show from home because you start talking about guns that are cool and they just start showing up.
They show up, yeah. So back to here. So I think it's a 907 or 709 or I don't remember what it is.
VR549.
But it's their competition model, basically. Only they totally did it up. Like I said, they have this battle worn where they did beat up the exterior of it, no joke.
It's got little dings on it and stuff. It looks good.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
The pictures don't do it justice. Oh, and here he is again. Jeff, the little gun fairy off on the side there.
I think this is sold. Yeah, I think somebody. Yeah.
So
I think somebody actually ordered this one, but we'll show it off.
Alan wants to know how much the rifle weighs. Do you have any idea?
I believe it's in that 6-pound area.
6 to 7.
Yeah, 6.5. I mean, it is not. It's not a paperweight rifle, so it doesn't have this super skeletonized this, that, and the next thing. But I know that I have shot this configuration before through Rise at SHOT Shows and so forth. It's actually very similar to the one that they gave us to give away 2 years ago at the first point series, but definitely a different exterior on this one. It's just awesome setup.
So
about a $1,500 rifle.
We're gonna use all our rounds with all of the cool. Look at this.
Yeah, look at that. X5 two-tone.
look at that.
Isn't that awesome?
RMR cut.
Cut from RMR. It's got a tungsten weight in the back. Undercut on the X5 grip.
Oversized mag well, 21 round magazine. Pew pew.
Comes
pew,
with
pew, pew,
4
pew, pew.
magazines.
Yeah, this is crazy, dude.
You know what the price on that thing is
such
too?
a great job. $1
Under
million.
$800.
Yeah, it's crazy.
under $800.
Flat trigger?
And right now, SIG is doing deals with their 320, so you can earn points and earn, I think it's what, $50? $50 rebate or $50 in SIG web gear. So you jump on, buy a 320, jump on, fill out a little quick, hey, I bought this, here's my proof, and boom. $50 worth of whatever
Online stuff.
on the SIG online store.
Nice.
And you get 2 magazines. So it comes with 4 magazines. They're giving you $50 towards whatever else you want in their store. By the way, they've got different grip mods and they got flat shoes and
That's got a flat
all that
trigger
other good
yeah.
stuff. So if you have a second 320, you can dress that one
They
up
sell ammo
on top
too.
of
You
it.
can buy some.
They got ammo on
Yep.
there, the whole 9 yards.
There's your defensive ammo right there.
Yeah, and the SIG ammo is really good. And 2 extra mags, so you get 6
I know.
mags at that setup.
Everybody's been waiting on this thing.
Walther PPK. No, that's the 9mm version. They just released the 22. Or no, that's the 380.
This is a 380, and it actually, it's got the decocker. This is actually not made by Smith, it's made by Walther. So this is a PPKS stainless in 9mm Kurtz.
Are you seeing the Smith that I didn't see?
What?
you seeing
It's
the
not
Smith?
made by Smith. Smith made these for Walther for a little while.
Oh, okay. Oh, I was like, I see a SIG. and
No,
sort of
Smith
lock.
actually made these for Walther. These are, they announced several months ago that this gun was coming back, but we haven't been able to get a hold of them. And guess what? Boom!
Pow! There it is.
James Bond gun. Guaranteed to not run out of ammo for at least 16 rounds. No reloads required. Oh wait, I might be wrong. Might require a reload after 7.
I mean,
How
it
cool
depends.
is-
If you're in a
But
Hollywood
seriously,
shootout, dude, like you can go forever.
I watched Open Range last night when Kevin Costner smoked that guy by the barn when that gunfight started on his wheel gun, and I counted 11 shots out of that fan
Yeah,
revolver.
like-
I'm like, I gotta get one of those.
It's that super reload. It's that super
This
reload,
is,
man.
I like this gun. It's old school, but it's cool, man.
Nice gun.
Isn't that nice? PPKS
pretty.
and stainless.
So, quick question for you guys. William asked, he says, I bought a 320 X5 2 weeks ago, still waiting for it to come in. Do I qualify for the $50 off and 2 mags?
Yes.
It's when you take delivery.
Yep. As soon as you get your receipt for it, and this is running, don't quote me 100%, we've got a listing on the Book of Faces and all that good stuff, but I believe it's going through June. So you still have plenty of time. And so if you've ordered it in and it's on its way in, as soon as it gets here and you actually have your receipt showing, here's my pistol,
Yep.
I actually own this thing.
In fact,
we can walk you through it. It's SIG rewards, super easy.
Larry, who won the 320, submitted it, and I think he got 3 mags for the gun that he won. Even.
Yeah, the freebie. So you got $50 in web store
And
monies
2 more
and 2
21
more
round mags.
magazines, and the X5 comes with 4. So
Yeah.
literally 6
All right.
mags. So
Lots of
steal.
bottom line, we got all kinds of cool stuff going on. We got lots of cool toys. Come see us. If you haven't been in a while, even if you're not in the market to buy something, you got to come by and look at the new stuff on the wall.
Absolutely, we always got new stuff coming in.
All right, 2 Gun tomorrow, CCW Saturday.
CCW Saturday. We got tax free this weekend.
This
so
weekend's going to be a big deal. So
come in, buy a firearm. Your entire purchase is going to be tax free. So get you some range time, get you some range ammo, get you some an extra bag, some optics, the whole 9 yards. You're saving
membership,
a ton of
a
money
class.
on top of taxes. If you're in the market for a suppressor, silencer shop. Now this is not technically within the same deal, but silencer shop's doing a free tax stamp. So they're paying your tax stamp for you if you buy the Sig Sauer, the SRD
QD.
556 QD.
Yep.
They're paying your $200 tax stamp. So
yeah.
get the whole thing for like $800. So just posted a link on there on the Book of Faces today.
Yeah, and now
so
you have to
click on
buy
there,
that
go over there
through their
fill that out.
website to get that deal. So that's
Yeah.
not going to be part of your indoor.
Right, it's not through
in-store
us,
deal.
but we are a certified vendor for them. So click on there, take advantage of
Have them
them
send it
paying
to
that.
us. Yep.
It'll be an online purchase through Silencer Shop, so tax
just
will
choose
be
us as the
no involved
processor
there.
on it.
And if you use the link that I shared today, it will automatically set it up so that your default will be for us.
Cool.
Fill it all out, jump on and get at some sucker headed this way.
Alice wants to know if we have any bulk deals on 9mm.
Yes.
Yep. As long as we have 9mm to sell in bulk, it's always going to be on sale for $9.99 for a box of 50 with a quantity of 20 or more.
Yep.
So buy 1,000 rounds, you can get it for $10 a box.
I think it's the time as low as 500 rounds, right?
Oh yeah, we'll do 10 boxes at that too.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so it's a steal. Swing in, pick that up. That'll be tax-free as well. So you get.
well, yeah. So just tax-free weekend. Let's just verify that. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and
Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
oh, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Okay. Buy any firearm, new or used.
Yep.
Long gun, handgun, shotgun. We don't care. Buy any
Just a
firearm
firearm.
in our store that's in inventory. This doesn't apply to anything that we've got to order. It's got to be in inventory. You'll get that firearm plus anything else that you buy with the firearm, with the exception of another firearm, tax-free. Oh no, you'd
No, you can still get it because you can get the second firearm and then you just.
Yeah, so you can
otherwise they'll just ring
buy
it
a
twice.
firearm, buy an optic, extra magazines, cleaning kit, holsters. All of it is going to be
Tactical
tax-free. Tactical bacon. Also remember, anytime you get a gun from us, you're going to get a free 30-day membership. That's not changed. You get, when you purchase a firearm, you can get a membership or a class at 20% off. And you can buy 10 classes if you wanted to. But that's at the time of the purchase of the firearm. And then we throw in a free cleaning on the
ammo,
on the gun,
ammo
a free
discounts,
class
ammo,
a free class on how to shoot or take the gun apart, clean it, put it back together. That's all included when you get a gun from us. So if you're thinking about anything right now, I would absolutely jump on it. And personally, for me, if you're thinking about maybe I need another firearm, I would look at that AR platform because we're gonna start seeing more and more. We're fortunate that we live in Missouri and we got a really great state legislature that protects us. But on a national level, you're gonna see, and we've already seen it, the attack on that weapon increase, especially coming up into election year later this year. So when's the best time to buy stock? When it's down. You know, you don't want to go find yourself an AR-15 after they announce
There's a lot of really good options out there right now, all for very reasonable prices.
Gosh, yeah.
Be wary of anything under $500.
Guess what I just got?
There's a ton of them out there.
Guess what I got a hold of today that'll be in the store probably by Friday?
What?
X95 IWI Tavor in FDE.
Very nice, very nice. Devors are awesome.
Grab that thing, put a Holosun on it.
Yeah.
And it'll be, I mean, if it's in the store, it'll be eligible for that tax-free thing.
Yeah.
So take advantage of it.
Pick it up.
And then on Monday, in addition to being able to get tax-free on your
stuff.
purchase, you get to hang out.
We got proper deals. Why do we have proper deals? Because you get to come hang out with the world's greatest, or world's fastest shooter, and one of the world's greatest shooters. Jerry Mitchlick will be here.
I'm going to bring my 629 and have Jerry sign it. Sign the grip on it.
You know, that's...
How cool would that be?
That would be way cool.
Hang that on my wall, scare off all the son-in-laws, future son-in-laws.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know why that
Clint
would scare
Eastwood should
them
have
off.
carried a 629.
Why?
Because it's a 3-inch barrel instead. Get the 3-inch barrel at 629. I don't know. It's not like the gun he carried was ugly or anything.
How many world wars has that one won? What kind of stopping power? What are the other ones?
So anyway, come see Jerry.
Block
So
perfect.
all of the proceeds from this event are going to Backstoppers. We have already raised over $1,000 for Backstoppers because the shoot with him is $50 and that's all going to him. When he's in the store, the first 100 people that come through are going to get an autographed poster with him.
Yep.
And we will be taking donations to Backstoppers.
Yep.
And we may have something to introduce that Jerry will introduce that we'll be able to auction off or sell tickets.
Sell tickets.
Raffle tickets
raffle tickets. So the
for something that
that
goes
you can
pew that Jerry's,
that'll be signed and
Jerry's blessed with his
be able to like I don't know
record stuff.
Maybe we can get him to leave some DNA on there too. Like maybe you could be the world's second greatest, fastest shooter.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
can't make that promise, but
you're gonna love
it
meeting
would be
this
cool.
guy. And if you don't know who he is, go to YouTube and Google him, and you'll just do this.
But he's one of the the most down to earth people. Just a real solid dude.
So come say hi.
Will help even the newest shooter and try and give him tips that would theoretically enable you to beat him.
So come by and see him.
Doubtful, but theoretically,
that would be
if you do it.
Somebody have to trip him or something.
There's people out there that are beating him.
Yeah, when he's had a malfunction, probably.
No, like Daniel Horner's one of those that constantly gives him a run for his money, and right now Tim Yackley is whooping everybody. Talk about an amazing shooter.
Well, now you're making Jerry sound like he's not that great to have in the store.
Oh no,
Jerry wrote the book.
Yeah,
everybody's wanting to do what Jerry does. So come see him.
Just saying,
say hi to us.
Give him a run for his
get
money.
A firearm. Don't pay any taxes.
It's amazing.
Make a donation to Backstoppers. Fantastic organization. Does a bunch of stuff for our first responders and have a good time. So we're going to actually be open, I think, an hour later for that event. So
and if you didn't get the tickets for watching Jerry shoot and all that good stuff, we're going to be doing some lives and some different stuff while he's here.
Stay tuned.
That way you can actually see him shoot. We will have video of his round of the match. So
super cool.
Be pretty awesome.
All right,
let's get to some news
and
some of the chaos that's going on. Unless we have any other questions or anything.
Nope, not right now.
Deal. So Aaron Childress. I met this guy a couple of years ago. Used to be on a show called Chili Off the Grid. Marine Corps guy, got out trying to help vets with PTSD and so forth. He's had some bouts with it. So is he a squeaky dude? Not necessarily super squeaky, but he's an awesome guy. He's kind of settled himself down now. He's got a family and so forth. And so him and the family are headed up to Lowe's. And the story goes that he was headed to Lowe's and another guy was driving and cut him off. Aaron honked his horn at him. This guy, I guess, moved over and let Aaron pass him up. When Aaron passed him up, this guy got behind him and followed him all the way to Lowe's. Now again, Aaron was with his family, so the story, while it's still just basically story, so I'm not 100% sure on all the details, but long story short, the guy followed him all the way there. The altercation continued. When the family got out, this guy came running around the backside. Aaron told him to leave, yada, yada, yada. Ended up pulling his pistol out, had it pointed at the ground. Guy came around the corner, saw the pistol was pulled, backed off, went back. They both called the cops. The cops showed up. Basically, Aaron had his pistol taken from him. No charges are pressed as of this point, but they did take his firearm from him and disarmed him. Gathering all the info and so forth, and then they finally decided, you know what, after a deal like this, screw Lowe's, we don't need that stuff that bad, we're just going to go home. So they take off. After they take off, that guy ended up waiting for him a little bit down the road and ended up following him again. So this guy pulled back out and was following Aaron again.
After the...
Yeah. So at this point, you got Aaron who, I don't know what necessarily transpired, but ultimately there was some sort of an altercation. And now his firearm has been taken from him. His legally owned firearm has been taken from him. This happened in Kansas. And now this guy is again following after him. So he gets back on the phone with the cops. This guy follows him all the way until Aaron pulls off to talk to the cops, and that guy ends up just taking off. Now,
we talk about this all the time.
Earlier, and he's looking at it from a law enforcement perspective. He is bringing up a couple of key points that I don't have the details. The articles that I've been able to see, and I did read through a couple of them, it doesn't say technically he said stop, but he did tell him that he needed to leave, and there was an exchange back and forth, and that there's no aggravated assault charges or anything that have been pressed as of yet, so I'm not sure. The gun was never pointed at him. It was pointed at the ground. But that kind of brings up a lot of that where
We talk about this all the time. You got to avoid the confrontation.
Right.
And I know I've been in the car before, and somebody does something stupid, and it's all that I can do to keep from laying on that horn or telling them they're number one. But you can't do that. You just can't do it. And I'll bet you 9 cents to $1 that the other guy thought that he instigated the whole situation. He may have cut him off because he thought he cut him off. It's great. People out there are crazy.
Right. And according to that, they think that the other guy did say that he was armed as well, but he never presented the pistol.
Yeah, so it's just, you got to avoid those things at all costs. And if somebody is following you, and you know they're following you, don't go into the Lowe's parking lot, which isn't a bad place. I would Google, have my wife call the cops and Google where's the police station, and I'd drive there. Especially if I know that I haven't done anything to elevate or escalate or instigate the situation. So,
which is why, the story's definitely...
It's going to evolve over the next few days, I'm sure.
Yeah, this happened beginning of April. We're not too far off of that. So more details may be coming out, but shout out to Aaron. I hope everything works out for you, buddy. I don't know all the details of it, but I hope everything's good to go.
Avoid.
And just...
Yep. And that's another reason...
Pay attention, and some of the key points there are do not pull your pistol out until you actually need to use it. And because I think that's kind of one of the big things. If there's road rage and there's an incident, and if the other guy was armed as well,
you could make
only
a case.
One of them lost the ability of having their gun at that time. And
you can make the case. If he told him to stop several times and the guy continued
exactly
to close that distance, that identifies a threat.
Yeah.
There's absolutely
and
could identify a threat.
There's not necessarily a problem in that, but if there was only a gun taken away and that was it, leads me to believe that there's something there that, where was the problem? Could it have been a rogue cop that was like, oh, here's a vet, PTSD, he's pulling a pistol, that's the scary part about red flag laws.
Oh,
somebody, did the other guy make that phone call and happen to get onto the 911 operator first? Did he call first and say, there's a guy, he pulled a gun on me, and so this cop's coming into it off that call going, I got man with a gun. We don't know all the stories, so like I said, I know Aaron, I don't think that's the case, but that whole thing it's got to be a last resort when you pull that pistol out. And
that's
it's got to be at that point.
De-escalate,
and not until that
de-escalate.
Point. Yeah. Yep. So the other one, 82-year-old man. Good on you, buddy. So 2:40 in the morning, police get a call for a prowler attempting entry. This is in St. Louis. While on the way, they get more information on a shooting in the same address. So an 82-year-old man and a 59-year-old acquaintance. I'm not sure what's going on there, but good on you, Mr. 82. So the man tried to force his way into their home. The 82-year-old said then that he went and retrieved his firearm and shot the intruder. So the police found the intruder, 37-year-old, at the home with gunshot wounds to his torso and arm. He's taken to the hospital, and as of reporting yesterday,
not in good shape.
He's not in good condition. Yep. He's in critical condition. But good on you, man. 82 years old. The thing about having a pistol in the home for self-defense is it's one of those equalizers.
It is the equalizer.
When somebody's breaking into the house, he called the cops. Clearly the cops did not get there fast enough because they were on their way still, and they get the call about the shooting. So there was an attempt to do what we keep hearing these liberals talk about and call the cops, let them do their job, but then what? Well, if you're 82, you don't have the abilities anymore to physically defend yourself with fisticuffs.
Yep.
Having a firearm in the home is a viable option at that point.
Absolutely is.
That situation.
Absolutely.
And to neutralize that threat.
Yep.
And notice that some of the keys in that is police found the suspected intruder, still suspected as an intruder until he's found guilty of intruding, although he's got holes in him.
But he's on his,
house.
and on his property at 2:30 in the morning.
Clearly 2-4, like, we're pretty sure there's an open and shut
This
case.
can't be a good thing.
However, notice that he said, at the home with gunshot wounds to the torso and arm, so he was shooting to stop the threat. And when the threat was neutralized, and he stopped shooting.
When the threat was no longer a threat, he stopped
Brian said
engaging.
It was no lock buck.
Yay!
Lock buck to the chest and arm for 10 feet.
Like, perfect.
He
Like,
said his arm probably looks like it went through a grinder.
awesome.
Oh my
Don't
goodness.
break into people's houses.
Oh my goodness.
Especially 2:40 in the morning.
He must,
Especially with
if it was,
people
yeah,
that
I
aren't
wonder if
wanting to
he,
be intruded on.
this guy may be a guy that took Joe Biden's advice and was just trying to shoot 2 rounds into the air with his double with his double barrel shotgun.
I mean, torso and arm, like,
Yeah, I don't want to think about
that
that
man
anymore.
was shooting. That's awesome.
Let's talk about this other awesome
shoot to
story.
stop that threat, and when the threat stopped, settle down.
Yep.
Clearly that's got to be what happened here, because he didn't keep shooting. Chaos in the city.
Apparently.
No major events, with the exception that, from what I gather, there's an alderman in St. Louis, Alderman Bosley, and the thing that he says set him off for the final, like, we got to do something about this. So there's a guy parked and another guy trying to leave, and so the guy trying to leave is like, hey,
Can you let me
I
out?
don't know the words that were used, but hey, I need you to move. I'm not gonna move. Guy that didn't want to move decided to shoot the other guy that wanted him to move twice in the face. I don't know how many words were exchanged between the two of them. I don't know what kind of things were said between the two of them, but if you're parked someplace and somebody else is trying to leave, and you being just parked there is enough that you don't want to leave, so you're going to shoot somebody, something seriously is going on wrong in this situation. Like, there is some serious breakdown in social skills. You don't shoot people because they ask you to move your car. I don't care how they asked or what happened beyond that, but clearly this alderman said the same thing. So he's actually calling for the National Guard to come in into the bad areas and the bad neighborhoods. There's a couple of main quotes that he said in there, so do some searching on it, look into the information for yourself. But like,
the National Guard's there, that means martial law, right? Isn't that what that means?
No.
Or does he want? Or does he want a deuce and a half rolling down people's streets at 3 o'clock in the morning?
He's literally calling for tanks on corners.
Really?
Yeah, he's absolutely asking for tanks on corners.
Red Dawn.
He wants National Guard to come in. I mean, I don't know. This guy might be a little going beyond where he needs to go, but some of the things he's saying are things like, in essence, we need more guns and bigger guns than the ones in the street. Both sides of that kind of, I kind of agree with in some ways, like our police and need to have the ability of...
They need the right tools, right?
Yep. The bad guys. Having bigger guns than those on the streets, well, that kind of gives me on the opposite side.
Does he know what a mod...
We should all have the ability of being able to defend ourselves, both from the government and the government from, from these people from each other.
Can you imagine what a mod deuce would be in some of these neighborhoods? It's
terrible.
Just, oh my gosh.
Terrible.
Anywhere.
So, I mean...
It's terrible. People need to be prepared to take care of themselves, yes. Do people need to have the right skills to de-escalate things? Yes. But there's so much more wrong in that situation than just we need more guns, right? I mean, whatever happened to just common courtesy? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to block you in, give me 1 second. Whatever happened to, instead of saying, hey, MFer, get your damn car out of my way, come up and say, hey, I need to get going. Would you guys mind moving? I mean, who knows what the
Exactly. I don't know what the conversation was.
But I've seen people so many times escalated immediately.
Well, hearing from this alderman and hearing kind of his views on it, these aren't good people that are in good areas that are having problems. These are bad dudes in bad areas, and this isn't. like this isn't something we can keep going with.
Yeah,
and you know, it's,
I mean, I don't have the answers, but it's
no, but it sounds like even some of our inner city law enforcement and stuff they're getting fed up with being called terrible names and being pushed
why don't we
these
start
terrible
there
ideas
and start calling criminals and
exactly. It's the
instead of-
criminals that are the problem. Like, we have laws; they've already broken them. I feel bad for those that have to try and somehow justify that.
Well, the
as
people that
being
live there
okay.
need to be
I don't get
proactive
it.
in the resolution too, right?
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah. So
I guess if you see a tank in St. Louis City sometime in the near future, you'll know who to write a letter to.
yeah. So
All right, one more comment on that. So if it's okay to have a tank there, why can't our police wear proper body armor and equipment
right.
versus, one of the things.
Like military.
Yeah, so that's one of the things I really struggle with.
That's cool.
Is
They look like they're protected.
they want our guys, or they say that they want our men and women who are out there in harm's way to be safe, but they can't wear MOLLE gear, which would allow them to better carry the proper equipment, and it's much better on their person. Can you imagine putting 40 pounds of gear just around your hips and having to walk around with it? Why not let them wear a vest? But they won't let that happen because that looks too military.
Yeah, too
But we can park
militaristic.
an H1 on the corner with a minigun on it, and that's okay.
Well, remember that he's saying to actually bring in the National Guard, which, like, that's what they drive is Hummers with miniguns.
All right.
Why can't we have a Hummer with a minigun?
Hey,
I want
one with a minigun, one with a Mark II, and one with a Modus, and one with a Mark 19.
I want one with a fire hose too. A fire hose so you can go into like neighborhoods and stuff and like spray the kids and have fun. Just remember that, like back in the old, like when we were growing up, they'd open the fire hydrants,
We used to
spit
swim.
out and stuff.
We would swim in the creek. I didn't live anywhere where we
Yeah,
had.
that too.
All right, I like this one.
Yeah.
And I hate it at the same time.
Right. So Maryland man, I feel like I should be saying Florida man, but
Yeah.
Maryland man arrested in an ISIS-inspired plot. So as we know, 2 years ago in
So
East France,
how many guns did he buy to execute this plot?
none.
Oh, he had to have a gun. I mean, otherwise he can't be considered
No,
a
no,
terrorist.
no,
It's got to be a gun,
no,
like 6 AR-15s and
no,
a couple of AKs.
no bombs either.
Really?
Yeah,
So what was his weapon of mass destruction?
a U-Haul.
Sounds similar
So he
to the
stole
guy
it
over
in Nice, France.
in Nice, France.
That's exactly what he said. He was inspired by that. He's hated non-Muslims for 2 years. And so he decided he was going to drive through.
He wanted a
it
big
sounds
crowd.
like he was struggling because he first went to the airport, tried to get in, tried to get around security, and through security they nailed him. They wouldn't let him in. So he gets back out, jumps into he stole a U-Haul somewhere in the scenario, in the way of that. Drives by and finally decides, you know what, I am going to slam through this big crowd of people, and I'll do it that way. And I had it wrote down, but for some reason it didn't pick up. So, so he's literally planning on driving, and he had no exit plan. His plan was, I was going to just keep driving and driving. I wasn't going to stop. I want to hurt people. So
good on law enforcement there for
they
getting
end up-
rid of this guy.
yeah,
But to tell me that people can only hurt other people with firearms is ridiculous.
absolutely.
Number one, you know what the number one cause of death for teenagers is in the United States? Car accidents. And 90% are of those are caused by distractions, and the number one distraction is
Phone.
cell phone.
Yeah.
And they hint around doing something about that, but that one is an easy fix.
Yeah. Yeah. But some people
Anyway.
don't want to pull that.
Good on them, and you know what? They're out there. And anytime that you put yourself, and that's another thing that we're learning about. When you put yourself in those large crowd situations, those are more likely the attacks for this kind of person that we're and so
yeah, but we
when
can't, like, we're living in America. You can't stay away from
that's not what I'm saying at all.
areas.
I'm saying if you go we love to go down, to the city and ball games, but those are going to be higher target areas for these guys, and you just have. I'm not saying don't go. I'm saying you need to be aware.
Okay.
Where are the exits? Do I have a tourniquet on me? Do I have, other tools that I can use? Is it, do we have a gathering point if we get separated? All that stuff's got to be mapped out, so that if something does happen, that you have a higher survival rate or a higher probability of survival. So so good on that.
And if you have questions, come in. We got enough classes. I think we pretty much do class on just about everything.
Yeah.
It covers about everything that you're going to run into situationally and how to defend yourself in a number of different ways. So
I've got a hero. Do you have a rant?
I do have a rant. Poachers. Oh my God, I hate them. So people don't like killing of animals. Blah blah blah.
Animals are delicious.
They taste good. They do. They taste amazing.
When
there's
responsibly
something nice about being able to eat something that you can't get any more organic than wild game. Like they're not going to no feedings nowhere. They're not getting fed. Like that is as natural as it comes.
Yeah.
When
you do it responsibly, according to the law, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and then when you take into consideration that more money is dumped into conservation efforts by hunters themselves because you want to make the land nice.
Yep.
Because when you have really nice land, it produces lots of animals, and when you have lots of animals, that ecosystem feeds off each other, and really, everything gets better.
Yeah.
So poachers are exactly opposite of that. They're the ultimate criminals in the crime of killing animals for
profit.
No real benefit.
This guy was doing it for profit.
Right. So there was a rhino poacher, and it says suspected rhino poacher. We know otherwise. He was a rhino poacher. There's only two kinds of people that are over in that area. There are poachers and there are helpers. This guy was not a helper. So the beautiful part is only a skull and a pair of trousers remained after a rhino poacher was killed by an elephant. Yes, by an elephant, and then eaten by a lion. Yes, so you got, sir, what you deserve.
So that's a rant and a hero.
And that is, I had to put it in there as a rant because, I don't know what elephant. Is it Dumbo? Should we just be applauding Dumbo? Because, he's got a new movie out. What a better way of him driving some attention to
elephants.
But here's a rhino poacher. But so I thought it was great. Literally, first line on there: only a skull and a pair of trousers remain.
Karma's a pain in the butt, isn't it?
Absolutely. So that happened over in Kruger National Park over in South Africa. So
sweet.
Yeah, good on you, buddy. Whoever you are, Mr. Ethelant, and your lions, good on you. Getting a nice, good snack.
4 thumbs up for a Good Samaritan over in Arizona. I think this might have been earlier this week or late last week. Driving down the road, sees a man go up to an 11-year-old girl on the street, put his arm around her, or pin her arm behind her back, and then put his arm over her face to muffle her, and trying to get her off the street. This guy comes up, pushes the guy on the ground, produces a firearm, get out of here, and it was an attempted kidnapping on an 11-year-old or 11 or 14-year-old girl over in Arizona. But a good guy with the right tools and the right mindset in the right spot saved somebody's life. And I think they last I heard they were still looking for the guy. Maybe they caught him or not. But that's what it's about, right?
It's about being aware and being willing. How many people drove by and went, I wonder what's going on there, versus the one guy who went, hey, that is not right. I'm going to see what's going on.
Yeah, and
good on him.
I got daughters that same age, so that scares the living bejesus out of me.
Come see us this weekend. See Jerry and make a donation to Backstoppers on Monday. Don't pay taxes. We got Holosun coming in. We got a lot of cool new toys that are in the store. The Rise 2-gun series is going on. Come enjoy.
Shoot.
It's a good
Tomorrow's
time.
already filled, but next month will be month number 2. You got to get in there early. That 2-gun one sign
Yep.
that sign up goes quickly. So as always, Saturday mornings 9 a.m. Next week will be USPSA. So come in this weekend, have the fun, get training, get your guns.
Guns, gear, training, memberships, we got it all.
Come in on Monday, hang out with Jerry and the crew from the range.
World's greatest pistol shooter and the Missouri's greatest shooting range.
Bingo.
That's going to be fun.
Come check us out, guys. We'll see you next week.
If you have any questions, let us know. Shoot an email over to phil@therangestl.com. He takes care of everything. He just does it all.
No.
Yeah. Are you ready?
I'm ready.